Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friends, and welcome to another Divine Loss program. I am Carol Correa, and tonight we are preparing ourselves to study question 929 of the Spirit's Book, where the illuminated spirits explain more to us about the presence of divine providence in our lives and about the fact that none of us are completely devoid of assistance at any point in our many lives. How consoling is this beautiful truth! So, with this in mind, we would like to welcome everyone who has joined us, knowing that the mentor spirits right at this moment are utilizing of our good thoughts, feelings, and vibrations on behalf of ourselves and all other brothers and sisters of ours in much greater need. So we thank God for the opportunity of being useful in whatever way that God wishes for us to be. It is an honor for us to be co creators. And so, this is why we study the divine laws together, so we may co create even more beautifully as we consciously align ourselves with God's will. Let us learn then from Kardec's question and the illuminated spirit's answers, shall we? In question 929, Kardec asks, there are people who are destitute of all resources, even when there is abundance all around them, and who do not see any other solution to their problems except death. What should they do? Should they allow themselves to die of hunger? Excellent question, specifically because there are brothers and sisters of ours in this very moment who we know are in dire need. Let us learn from the mentor spirits as they respond to Kardec and to all of us, dear friends. Visualizing the mentor spirits speaking to us and illuminating our minds, let us hear their answer. They say, people should never contemplate the idea of allowing themselves to die of hunger. They can always find a means to feed themselves if pride does not interpose itself between need and work. We frequently say that there are no dishonorable professions, and that it is not the job per se that is dishonorable. Words we unfortunately apply more to others than to ourselves. So, dear friends, the mentor spirits are reminding us that the school of life, that our reincarnation will provide us with many opportunities to practice humility, because the Master himself said to us that those who exalt themselves shall suffer, and those who are last shall be first, and those who are first shall be last, giving us a lesson on humility. And Master Jesus lived humility coherently every step of the way, including when he washed his own disciples' feet, and as he showed his surrender to God's presence and will always. So we here incarnate and discarnate spirits connected to us are on earth to learn this divine virtue. And often the mentor spirits say that the problems we face sprout or emerge from our pride. If we go back to Emmanuel's novels, specifically the book 50 Years Later, we learn from the spirit of Celia, the main character, that she was in the situation described in question 929. She found herself destitute of everything because, as she attempted to protect her mother from a scandal, she was expelled from home 2,000 years ago as a woman and dishonored from her family. So, literally, friends, she had nothing material with which to count. However, she was so humble that she trusted God. And in praying to God and doing the sign of the cross, as the early Christians often did, other Christians of those times, 2,000 years ago, identified her and gave her shelter. And every step of the way in that book, though she was a woman, homeless and with apparently no resources and no one to count on. We see as we read Emmanuel's narrative that she was never abandoned, always guided by divine providence, and showing to us that every time we are humble enough to seek for help and to accept help, divine providence shows us the way. Yes, friends, even Master Jesus, when he was carrying his cross, for a moment he accepted help of someone who lifted the cross from his arms for one moment. Even the Master accepted help. How many times divine providence knocks at our door offering us support, but because the support is not exactly packaged as we hope, we turn away from it. So, for the next 24 hours, beloved friends, we propose an exercise for you and I and all of us. How about if we consciously look back within the last week in our lives and we find the moments where divine providence knocked at our door? And let us examine whether we were able to open or whether pride kept us away from embracing the opportunity. Let us go within and examine our own selves to see if we truly have eyes that see the divine providence working miracles in our lives. Shall we, dear friends? This is the proposal from on high tonight. So, counting our blessings, we wish you a beautiful, useful evening in the good, and we already look forward to meeting everyone here once again next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, beloved friends, we wish you many blessings as always, and we hope that everyone can stay tuned right here on Kardec Radio, where we are always nourishing our souls. Bye for now, dear friends.